Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another additional mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, I want us to answer this question right here. So this is a question that came in additional mathematics paper 2 for 2024. And this was for GCE. So specifically, this was question 2. Solve the systems of equations below. So here we are presented with a system of equations. So equation 1, we have x plus 2y is equal to 6. Equation 2, we have x squared plus xy minus y squared is equal to 19. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So step 1, you need to inspect which of these equations is easy for you to deal with. So you can see that equation 1 is very easy. So I'm going to take note of equation 1, which is x plus 2y is equal to 6. Now here we are going to make x the subject of the formula. So we are going to have x is equal to 6 minus 2y. So here we have just made x the subject of the formula. Now, upon doing this, what you are going to do is, we are going to take equation 2. You are going to take equation 2. So when you take this equation 2, you are now going to substitute where there is x, you are going to put this 6 minus 2y because we have already made x the subject of the formula. So our equation 2 is x squared plus xy minus y squared is equal to 19. So where there is x, we are going to put this. So we are going to, so here there is this x squared, even here there is x. So where there is x squared, we are going to put 6 minus 2y in brackets, square it because this one was squared, plus where there is this x again, we are going to put 6 minus 2y in brackets and then to be multiplied with a y here, then minus y squared is equal to 19. So from this stage now we can just expand. From this stage we can just expand. So 6 minus 2y in brackets squared, it means that this was being multiplied by itself twice. So 6 minus 2y in brackets, again 6 minus 2y in brackets, then plus y times 6, this will be 6y, y times negative 2y, this will be negative 2y squared, like this, then minus y squared is equal to what? 19. So from here we can expand here. 6 times 6, this will give us 36. 6 times negative 2y, this will be negative 12y. Okay, again negative 2y times positive 6, again this will be negative 12y. Negative times negative, this will be positive, then 2y times 2y, this will be 4y squared. Then here, sorry, I left out the y. Okay, it's fine, I did expand. Okay, then here we are just going to open these brackets by multiplying with a positive here. So positive times positive 6y, this we are going to have positive 6y. Then positive times negative is negative 2y squared. Then minus y squared is equal to what? 19. Then from this stage, we are just going to simplify and group the like terms together. So here, we can, this 36 can go to the right hand side because just the number without any variable. So we can have negative 12y minus 12y. This would be negative 24y. Okay. Then, so here, negative 24y, this will be paired with this one, plus 6y. So we can write plus 6y because these are like terms. Then we can say plus 4y squared. So 4y squared, then here we have negative 2y squared minus 2y squared, which will be a negative 3y squared. I hope this is clear. So here you can write minus 3y squared. So I hope you have seen what I've done here. So negative 12y minus 12y is negative 24y, plus the like term is this one, plus 6y. I've put it here. Then plus 4y squared, I've written it here, plus 4y squared. Okay, then Here we have negative 2y squared minus negative 2y. We can simplify this, which will give us negative 3y squared, of which we have grouped it with positive 4y squared. Then we say equal to 19 minus 36. So I hope here it's clear. So from there now, what are we going to do? We are going to do this. So here, when you look at this that we have, okay, we have negative 24y, this one negative 24y plus 6y, okay. So this one it will give us negative, so negative 24y plus 6y. So this will give us 18, which will be negative 18y, just for this one, just for this one. Then positive 4y squared minus 3y, this will give us positive y squared, then equal to, and then there we have 19 minus 36, this will give us negative what? 17. So you have seen that this is a quadratic equation, which is in this general form, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So we can rearrange this one in this form. So I can start with the y squared. You say y squared minus 18y, then plus 17 is equal to what? A 0. So from here now, what's next? So you can solve this quadratic equation. So we are going to find the product and the sum. So we can find the product. So we get the coefficient of y squared, which is a 1. 1 times positive 17. The product is 17. The sum, we just get the negative of y. The coefficient of y on the middle here, which is a negative 18. So the sum is negative 18. So we look for two numbers. When we multiply them, we get 17. We add them, we get negative 18. So these two numbers are negative 1 times negative 17, which will give us a positive 17. Again, negative 1 plus negative 17, which will give us negative 18. So the variable that we are using here is y. So this will be negative y, and this will be negative 17. And we are going to substitute on the middle here, where we have negative 18y. So we are going to write y squared minus y, then minus 17y. So I've replaced here on this one, then plus 17 is equal to 0. So these are 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 terms. We can enclose them in brackets like this, as you can see. Okay. So once we enclose them in brackets, then you can factorize in the first bracket. What is common? It's a y, open bracket, y into y squared, it's a y, minus y into y, it's a 1, close. Then here we have a minus. So we have 17y plus 17. 17 is common, as you can see. Factor out 17. Then you are going to say 17 into 17y. You remain with y. Negative times this positive, it's a negative. 17 into 17, it's a 1. Then equal to what? A 0. Then from there, what are we going to do? So from here, what we are going to do is this. We can get 1 for these which are in brackets. We can pick 1, y minus 1. Again, we can say y minus 17. Y minus 17. Then equal to 0. So this will be y minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so equate to 0. Or y minus 17 is equal to 0. So from here again, can just solve for y. We say y is equal to 1 or y is equal to 17. So these are the two possible values of y. Negative 1 goes to the right hand side, becomes a positive. Negative 17 goes to the right hand side, becomes a positive. So we have found the values of y. Now we need to find the values of what? Of x. So remember, for the values of x, we are going to use the equation. We have two equations, equation 1 and 2. So from those two, you can pick any. Or we are going to pick the one that we did make x the subject of the formula. And this was x is equal to 6 minus, I hope you are able to remember this one, 6 minus 2y. So we have two possible values of y. We are going to start with when y is equal to 1. So where there is y, we are going to substitute a 1. So this will be x is equal to 6 minus 2, then a 1. So this will be equal to 6 minus 2 times 1, it's a 2, and 6 minus 2, this will give us a 4. That is the first value of x when y is equal to 1. Again, we are going to pick the same equation. Okay, we are going to pick the same equation, which is x equal to 6 minus 2y. Okay, when y is equal to what? 17. So what does this mean? This means that where there is y, we are going to substitute 17. So this will be x is equal to 6 minus 2, open bracket, we put a 17 there. Okay, because equal to 6, negative 2 times 17. This will be negative, so 2 times 7 is 14. Then 2 times 1, it's a 2, plus that 1 that we carried to be negative 34. So here we can just say 6 minus 34. 6 minus 34. So 6 take away 34, this will give us negative what? 28. So the value of x is negative 28 when y is equal to 17. So here we can just make a statement. We can just say, since we are finding the values, we can just say therefore x is equal to 4, comma, x is equal to negative 28, comma, y is equal to 1, and the last value of y was y is equal to what? 17. So these are the values of x and y. So thank you so much, everybody. We've come to the end of our short presentation. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mrenga. Bye-bye.